For Monica, Stephen being a Trumpy, a serial cheater, a racist, and a fetisher wasn't bad enough. It actually had to get worse for her. Like, that was not worse enough. It had to get worse, and worse it did. Like, Stephen is just so wild and diabolical. Is this man real? Where did they find him? So first things first, Monica is done playing nice. She's got her foot on Stephen's neck and she's actually holding him accountable in these episodes. I was actually very surprised. So the first thing that Monica checks Stephen on is the fact that he said that he was this romantic guy, how he was going to get her flowers, but she ain't got her flowers yet. And Monica's very much like, you're not about to play with me. I already dropped my standards low. I'll be damned if I don't get at least my flowers. So she's like, Stephen, where's my flowers at? And it's crickets for Stephen. Stephen's playing dumb. He said, huh? This man said he didn't mean it literally. He meant it metaphorically. He said him saying that he was going to get her flowers was a concept. Huh? It's giving dusty salesman. Because what? Where are my flowers, bitch? So basically, they start going back and forth about their love languages. Monica says that, one of her main love languages is receiving gifts. And she very much emphasizes that, yes, she's used to nice things, but it's the thought that counts. Like, she's very much aware that Stephen can't afford to buy her fancy things. So she's settled on flowers. She's very much settled on the least he can do is buy me some flowers. And I think it's a reasonable request. Flowers are relatively inexpensive. And if you really are that cheap, you can literally go to a park and pick your own flowers. Because she really was on his ass. She was really like, every time he saw her, she was like, flowers, flowers. Where are my flowers? Flowers, flowers. Where are my flowers? And Stephen basically tries to tell her, like, low-key, high-key, that he's broke. That she ain't getting no flowers. Because suddenly he starts talking about growing up, his family could barely provide Christmas gifts and he can't remember the last time that he received a Christmas gift. What has this got to do with you being now grown? He also said that gifts are his, would be last for him in terms of like the love languages. But if gifts were your, least favorite love language, why would you then come out and say, I'm going to get you flowers? Like I said, he's very much giving dusty salesman. Like, he just says what he needs to say to get, the girl that he wants. It's giving very much that he was just hoping that he could talk his way into bed. And I think he succeeded in that, to be honest. And like I said in my other videos, in the pods, he was definitely testing Monica out to see what he could get away with. Serial cheating. Monica kind of slid past that. Him calling her a mutt. Monica slid past that. So he's already probably thinking this is a foolish girl. And he's now shocked that she's now come back to be like, where are my flowers? I personally think that he thinks that his dick is enough to keep Monica satisfied. And now he's kind of like, oh my God, why is she now asking me for things? So Monica kind of failed to kind of read the room and read that Stephen was trying to tell her that he's broke. And she doubles down and was like, let's not let our financial differences get in the way of things. Like, let's not make that an excuse. Flowers are cheap. You can get me some flowers. And then Stephen clearly started to panic because I think he very much realized that it's going to start with flowers. It's going to start with flowers and then maybe she's going to start expecting more. She's probably going to expect him to go out and get a higher paid job. And it seems like to me like he's been getting on by, trying to get away with just being able to dickmatize women. And I think that's how he thought his marriage was going to be. He was going to dickmatize Monica, and in return, she would not expect much of him. Well, he was definitely wrong about that. So his tactic is now to basically plant a seed of doubt. So he starts talking about, oh, I'm now just thinking, I'm just a bit overwhelmed by this experience. Like, I'm not sure if I'm ready for marriage. Basically that type of talk. Then Monica is like, wait, hold on. Are you saying you're not ready for marriage? Like, you don't want to marry me? Like, what the fuck's going on? She checks him quick. And he's trying to be like, no, 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 like, I'm ready to get married to you. Like, I'm not scared to get married to you. But, you know, obviously this is a very big commitment. Like, this whole experiment is going really fast. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm sure. Blah, 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 blah. So a lot of mixed messages flying. And I don't doubt that Stephen is having doubts because, like I said, Monica's not behaving the way that he was hoping she was going to behave. And now he's realizing that slowly and surely she's probably going to have higher expectations of him. Like I said, it's probably going to start off with flowers, but then she's going to start expecting, designer bags. He can't afford that right now. So then she's going to be like, well, it's time for you to get a higher paid job. She's going to start emailing him job listings. But he wants to live his very bare minimum, low effort life. So I think that he was trying to subtly sprinkle in this seed of doubt into Monica to make her second guess about her demands. Like, oh, I've asked him to buy me flowers and now he's saying he has doubts. Maybe I should drop this flowers thing. Maybe I should drop these expectations I have on him because it's putting too much pressure on him and now he's having doubts. I should drop this. I think that was his tactic there because to me, he very much gives a manipulator. But like I said, Monica wasn't falling for it. She's very much on job now. I think she's very much at the end of her tether with Stephen. She's done with trying to make excuses for him. She's getting into serious mode now. And I think she's very much hit the floor of the bare minimum that she's willing to accept. And I think this is when Stephen started hatching his escape plan. Because like I said, Monica was really going in with this, where's my flowers? Where's my flowers? You said you were going to do it. I'm expecting it. Where's my flowers? Where's my flowers? Now, he does eventually not actually get her flowers, but they go to a flower press thing where you can put like pressed flowers in like a locket. I'm sure you guys have seen them before. Like people usually put them in like key rings or phone cases. It was a trend at one point. And then the confessional, he's talking about like, yeah, I can get her flowers, but most people only get people flowers to get laid. But obviously that is a benefit as well. It is a benefit, you do something good for a woman and then she rewards you with sex. Red flag. But also a lot of men think this way. They think because they've done something nice for you that they should be rewarded with sex. And it really does highlight how low they think of you. How much they think you're actually worth. Because they think that your pussy is worth £5 flowers. Is your pussy worth £5 flowers? I know my name. I'm going to need a house with my name on it before you think you can put your mitts on me. But anyway, so later that night, Stephen thinks he's going to go collect his reward, innit? But Monica is like, not so fast, because what was that you saying about you had doubts about marrying me? Like, we need to clear that up. Like, I'm not comfortable opening up my legs for you if you're having doubts about us getting married. Like, pussy privilege revoked. Stephen, he wasn't happy about that because the plan didn't work. Because Monica was a pushover in the pods, he's now shook that she actually has a backbone. And I feel like this was the final nail in the coffin. And Stephen put that hammer down because he did what he knew he had to do to finish the relationship. And that was to go out and cheat. And guess how he cheated? The exact same way he told Monica he cheated in the pod. What do you think this dirty kinky stuff was? I bet he was DMing a black woman doing some race play up in there. I know he was probably DMing some black woman asking to be bent over. I know what you asked, Stephen. So obviously Monica finds his messages, calls him out, they break up, he gives a fake apology, but you can see he's just relieved to be out of there. But before he leaves, Monica asks for her money back. Because I forgot to say, Stephen is now jobless. He came back to having no job. And Monica offered to take care of him. And he said yes. But after she found out that he was cheating, she was like, bitch, give me my money back. And she made sure to do that shit on camera, darling, before they ended up at Judge Judy. And that was the end of Stephen and Monica. And this is why you shouldn't drop your standards. See, Monica, she was just too desperate to accept anything. But I gotta hear your thoughts on this diabolical situation.